Hi guys, welcome back to AlliRambles channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about a big event I have coming up in my life and how 31 is going to affect it. Okay, so I got the book! Okay, so we are taking a trip to Disney World next May on Mother's Day, which is going to be wild. I literally pre-ordered the Birnbaum book 4 months ago, and so did my mother, because my mother is going to be on this trip as well, and we both got these in the mail and immediately went and like bought page flags, and we had lunch and we're like, okay, we're definitely doing this, we have to eat here, oh my god, we're doing this. This book is so wonderful. I have been to Disney World several times in my life, and every time I have gotten a book. The 2 times I was the adult planning the trip, I have bought my own book, and when I was a kid, I would sit in my mother's lap and we would look at the book together like it was a sacred thing. I just love it. Birnbaum is a very helpful person. So I thought I'd hop on and show you guys kind of Disney bags, Disney planning, how those things are affected for me for 31. So, park bags. Always one of the first things people want to ask about for Disney trips. I'm going to show you the 3 that I have that I would say are my top suggestions. These are going to vary. A lot of people will show you a bunch more thermals than I'm going to show you. We're not going to be the people that take a picnic. That's an option that you're allowed to do, and a lot of people swear by it. It's not who we are, so it's not what I got. Number 1 bag that is always recommended for Disney parks is the Slingback backpack. This bag is basically a fanny pack that you wear on your shoulder. Look, I went to Disney a lot in the 90s and at late 80s and early 90s, and fanny pack, y'all, they're hideous, but they're functional. There's a reason so many people still wear them. My mother, who loves 31 bags, is like, you sure I can't just take a fanny pack? I was like, we'll talk about it. We got time. This bag holds so much. It's got a very big pocket. I could easily get a change of clothes for my kid in here and put some bottles of water on the side, have lip gloss and phone in the front. You don't really need much wallet because of the magic band thing if you're going that option. And you can slide it around to the front so you're not having to lean against it when you're on a ride. I have actually seen people wear this like a fanny pack, which I haven't tried, but if you want to watch me try, because you would just tighten it, right? Yeah. So you could just tighten it, and hey, look, this is literally just straight up, it's just become a fanny pack. So, I mean, if that's your bag, go for it. No shame in your game, right? Now, I will point out the gorgeous new Slingback Thermal would also be a great option. It looks a little bit smaller, but it holds quite a bit. I don't know if you've seen my other video where I showed you just how many bottles of wine you can fit in here. It's pretty spacious. And it looks a little bit more like a standard backpack, but just with a single strap. So you could also swing it around to the front on a ride so that you're not leaning against it. You can have it in your lap. A big thermal pocket, so if you are taking snacks or drinks, or if you've got to carry medicine with you, for example, it's a good way to keep that cool in the Florida heat, or California if you're going to the land rather than the world. Great pocket in the front that's not thermal for things like phone, lip gloss, anything like that you need. And then frankly, a more classic option, this one could be good for kids. Our cinch sack has been in the catalog for ages. It's very popular. It's kind of timeless in a way, especially for teenagers and bigger kids. It's, you know, it's just a cinch strapped backpack. But if your kid needs to be carrying around their own snacks or a poncho or clean dry socks, I don't know how intensely you plan for a Disney trip. Some of us are basically doomsday preppers, but you know, on vacation. But this is a great option for kids, especially bigger kids and even smaller kids. If the straps are too big, you can go inside and change where the knot is at the bottom to shorten the straps. Fun little tip I learned recently. Now, those are kind of my top 3 picks for in the park, but I wanted to show you a few other things that are part of my Disney prep. I got this super adorable mini zipper pouch, says vacay money, with the little hot air balloon, because it made me think of Up. And I keep this in a secret place in my home. This is where whenever we pick up, like, we'll pick up Disney gift cards whenever we think of it, like, oh, just grab 25 here, 25 here, whatever, and just kind of store them, which is how we made the major payment on this trip, by the way. It's for the past 5 years. We've just been picking up, put about $1,400 on just these little gift cards, which was fun. And sometimes I'll put cash in here when I have it, getting closer to the trip. And this is just kind of my stash. But I've labeled it this way so I know that's what it's for, and I don't reach in there when I just feel like ordering pizza, you know? So that's a fun trip I recommend. It kind of makes it special. So it's not just you saving money aside, it's a special compartment for the special thing. And then also, this is a fun thing I've started doing. This is just our Your Way cube, but I've been calling it my Disney stash. This is my Mickey box. It's at the top of my closet so my kid can't reach it or see inside of it. And sometimes when I'm out and about and I will see a cute thing that is Disney themed, like a Mickey Mouse Pez dispenser or some stickers of The Incredibles. I've got, this is the most random thing, y'all, but I bought it because Target knows how to make women buy things. It's Kleenex. They've got Mickey Mouse on the package. Like, it's just Kleenex, but they have Mickey on them, so ooh. But I have this whole box of just Disney stuff. This is stuff that we can take on the trip, a busy bag for the airplane, because it's gonna be my kid's first time on an airplane, or presents he can open every morning of the trip, so every morning he has a special thing he can have. Or a lot of these things are actually gonna be part of his Christmas. For Christmas, we're gonna give him a great big box of Disney. And it's gonna be like, you know, this year's Christmas is all about getting ready for that trip because we spent the money on the trip, you know what I'm saying? So I've got, my kid's gonna get these headphones that have the Disney emoji characters on them as part of his Christmas presents. There's lots of fun stuff in here, and not just for him. I've got some little ears that I found, and this is mine actually. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the app Wish, where you can just get like super cheap stuff that you're not in a hurry for because the shipping takes forever. This is just a cute little tank top of the Mickey Mouse gloves, making a heart. I love it. I was like, okay, that could be for the trip. I could do that. So I've got all sorts of stuff in here. I found some kind of vintage style pins that were on clearance at Target, and I was like, oh, okay, I might do the pin trading, and it's nice to have a few when you show up. I found a BB-8. My kid has never seen any of the Star Wars movies, but he's decided he loves Star Wars. I'm assuming it's because kids at his school talk about it, and he's like, oh yeah, that thing's cool. He doesn't know. So I've got 8 months to get him to actually see the movie, so he has some context for when we go to the Star Wars exhibit. You know, I've got lots of candy in here that's Mickey shaped or has Mickey's face on it. And there's plenty of room left in this box, which is good because I got plenty of time. So this is just a fun idea that I like. And it doesn't have to be Disney. If you've got a big trip coming up, or maybe an anniversary and you want to pile a whole bunch of tiny little things in it. I just love the idea of having this kind of secret box at the top of the closet. I don't have a lid on it because this way I can just kind of chuck stuff in when I have it. And because of who I am as a person, I'll probably forget about stuff once it's in there, which is good because then when every time I go through it, I get that same thrill of like, oh, I forgot about this. So it's a present for me too, because that's the joy of being hyper forgetful. You got to find an upside where you can, right? So those are just some of my favorite Disney prep items, bag suggestions, and ideas, and I just wanted to share them in case anybody else has a big trip coming up, whether it's Disney or some other theme park or any other vacation. These slingback bags would be great for any number of vacations. If you're the hiking type, bam. If you want to do a bunch of winery tours, hey, you can fit at least 3 bottles of wine in that Slingback Thermal, is all I'm gonna say about that. So go prepared, you know. So this is just kind of my vacation prep tips, but especially for this one. So let me know what you think.